Goeiedag, good day, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world.
I've been looking around for salvation. I've been looking around for the truth. All around me I see frustration, and I looked all over till I found you. I sit and listen to your stories, and you're telling me, please don't worry. There's a lot in this world you should know, and love in life is where you should go. If you're looking for somewhere to go, if you're looking for someone to know, if you're looking for someone to guide you, then love in life will guide you.
Goeienaand, good evening, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world, and welcome to tonight's live stream. And what a wonderful way to move towards Christmas with our own new LovingLifeTV.com platform. Tonight I'll be talking to Rudy about the evolution of our new platform, LovingLifeTV.com. As the main Loving Life YouTube channel approaches 100,000 subscribers, the channel is being targeted more and more by those who dislike the truths that are presented. This is a Facebook discussion that took place earlier today, in which participants called on people to lodge complaints against Loving Life with YouTube. Let's have a look at that. Okay, you can see this is basically talking about busting the myth of white genocide. You can see this is not a good side to be on, but anyway. And you'll notice here they're saying we're also following up on the original video on the racist Loving Life YouTube channel. And then this guy says that old man is very popular. His videos have always gone unnoticed. So I'm delighted that we're getting off YouTube, and it won't be straight away. It'll probably be in the next year or two, but you need to register to LLTV, as we call it, or LovingLifeTV.com. Okay, as YouTube is a feral environment for any publisher whose views do not slot into the blinkered paradigm of YouTube's thought police, it will be with great relief that I no longer have to couch my words so as now not to offend snowflakes. I'm already bypassing the YouTube channels when it comes to covering issues like the vaccine. So the only place you will see those videos now is on LLTV. What started as an idea is now a reality, with several contributing channels, and there will be a lot more now participating in LLTV. LLTV is being developed in stages by Rudy, who's joining us tonight with one of our first channel contributors, Muzi Ngozi. We will be discussing new features currently being added and future features and content. We are seeking input and ideas from our Loving Life family, as well as for the new LLTV platform, so that we can offer a whole lot more by way of content than YouTube ever could. LLTV will continue to focus on South Africa, but will also cover major world events as well. Now, let me get my guests on for tonight. And I will start with Rudy. Okay, here we go. And while I'm doing this, please remember to subscribe to be kept informed and ring the bell for the updates. Here we go. Hi, Rudy.
Hello, hello.
How are you, buddy?
How are you, Scott?
Excellent, thank you. Excellent. I've got one of our contributing authors joining us tonight, Muzi Nkosi. So we'll have him on as well so we can talk to him about how this is going to help him. Give me a second, mate. Yeah, look, it's really the channel is looking absolutely awesome. It's really looking fantastic, mate. And
yeah, Scott, there's still a lot of work to do. I'm not at all happy with the actual look and feel, so I'll still spruce it up, but the main part now is to get all the functionalities out there.
yeah, and to get those huge archives on there.
Exactly.
Ah, where's Muzi? Oh, here he comes. Hi, Muzi.
Hi, Scott. Hi, Rudy.
How's it
How are you
moving?
guys doing?
Great, thanks, Muzi. Muzi, I can't see you. I can just see your icon.
Oh, snap. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
I'm trying to change the camera. What the heck?
Well, while you're doing that, Muzi, I'll just continue chatting to Rudy. Now,
Okay.
Rudy, tell us the evolution of LLTV. How it started, what you've been doing, where it's going.
Yeah, Scott, you basically put me on a bit of a spot. I basically plan to have that under construction notice up all the way whilst developing, because, you know, one gets all sorts of questions, and you must see the questions that I get on email. You know, the site's not looking good, the site loads slowly, all sorts of questions. This contact form is not working, that is not working. But developing on a live site, this is what you often get, because you're still tweaking as you develop.
Yeah.
So, so yeah, you know, we're developing on the live site, which is not normal. But other than that, I think everything is going according to plan. You know, also spoke to Richard Anderson today regarding some of the plugins that I feel we have to buy for the Loving Life channel, and
Right.
he said, "Go ahead, buddy. I'll foot the bill for the $120 odd or whatever."
Oh, fantastic.
So we've got a family of people supporting us.
That is great news. Now, one of the first areas that they had a problem with the site was the registration. And do you want to share a screen and show people how easy it is now to register to LLTV?
Sure, let me just share my screens here.
Scott, can I quickly jump off and come back?
Absolutely.
I'm going to try to use my computer
Yeah,
instead of my
problems.
phone.
No problems, Muzi.
All right. I'll jump off quickly. I'll be back.
Okay, I'm back with Rudy. There
All
you
right.
go. I see you on the live stream.
Yeah, Scott, yeah, I started out there, so you can see my screen and everything there, no problem.
Yeah, we can indeed. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, well, you know, let's go to the homepage first.
Right.
Obviously, you know, the header graphics and whatever is of a temporary nature. We're still going to spruce that up with our main menu lying there for people on computers. For people on tablets and cell phones, it looks a bit differently. If I can possibly do this, just drag it a bit narrower, and you'll see the menu changes to a hamburger menu.
Oh, okay.
And whatever. So that's what it would typically look like on a tablet or on a mobile as well. So all the while I'm developing for both PC as well as tablets and mobile devices, all the different sizes.
Right.
Second thing you'll see, well, let's start on the right-hand side. Some of these social icons aren't working yet. The Facebook link is working, but I haven't got your Twitter and your Instagram accounts yet, so
Okay,
it's just a matter of
Rudy, I can tell you with the Instagram, Michelle Mullard is going to be looking after that for us. She's actually going to set up a Loving Life Instagram account. And we are looking for someone to manage our Loving Life Twitter account. So if someone who's watching tonight who's part of the family and who's trusted, we would certainly be interested in talking to you about perhaps just managing a Loving Life Twitter account. And I know how feral that platform is as well. Anyway, it is what it is. Back to you, Rudy.
all right. Yeah, and then some of the elements. What I mean when I say it's still looking a bit bland, obviously we haven't got all the graphics worked out in the backgrounds. We've got a simple light gray background at the moment, and the picture slider that I've put on top of the homepage is basically just an example of what could happen. But
right,
yeah, we really want images that will pop, high resolution images that will pop. And so on. So yeah, that still needs a bit of development, but the important part is the functionality is built in.
Right, and I guess with that top part we could have like news alerts and stuff like that to videos that have just come up.
Yeah, we can have anything at the top, yeah, either in the form of sliders or galleries or whatever. That is totally up to us.
Right.
But for content, we need real clear clarity, high quality images and so on. So
yeah,
we'll get, as an hour we go, we'll populate those areas.
Sure.
Then moving a bit lower, in the last few days I've taken it upon myself to put the alerts out for the live streams on the homepage of the website by means of a clickable link that goes directly to tonight's live stream, for instance, and so on. But once we start automating, once the notification parts goes out, this will in fact not be needed. It could just be a little teaser of a button inviting people to the live stream, but the notifications of new live streams will go out from a notification system on the website to all the registered subscribers to the website. So that makes it even more important for people to register so that they can, when it happens, get those notifications and so on. So registration is vitally important.
Right.
Then, the login form and the register now form, when one is logged in, if I click on that, you'll see it just says that I am already logged in. So it doesn't show the whole registration form. But if you're not logged in, it will show a whole login form, very much like this registration form that I've got up now. So to register is easy. You go click on that button, and then you just fill in your details, and all of the fields are required fields. So one would fill in a username, and this is where I've also noticed that some of the people have been struggling. The people that have been struggling with registrations, often it has happened that, say, an Andre wants to register that username, but there are 5 other Andres on our site already, Andre Mainkies and Andre Mare and Andre this. And the big thing about a username, it has to be a unique name. So one can, when one registers on a site, one can use that specific username only once.
Right.
The same with the email address. If you register on the site and you want to register another profile, you cannot use that same email address again, because it allows you to register with one email address only once, which has its plus points, because you don't want a lot of false registrations and
trolls.
And trolls and whatever. So to have an email address only allowed once is a very good thing.
Yeah.
Then the third part, where some of the people have gotten confused, they thought coming over from YouTube that they would have to use exactly the same password as what they are registered with Google or with YouTube. And this is not the case. You choose a password which you fill in that you will remember. And please, people, don't just make it 1234 or your username again, because that's how a user account often gets hacked. Make sure that you use a relatively strong password, possibly letters and numbers, and some of the characters like hashtag, @sign. Make the password strong enough so that you will remember it.
Now, just with the password, I can give some advice there to people. And what works well is if you've got a child, for example, let's say her name is Nancy. You use capital NANCY as part of your password, and then her date of birth as the second part of your password, because that then includes numbers, letters. It makes it very complicated.
Yeah, I've been watching the registrations as they happen, and those people who are listening to me who have registered and have used very insecure passwords, remember, you can go to your profile and you can go and change your passwords to something stronger, and so on. That becomes important later when somebody tries to comment as yourself, or people try and hack the site. When we give certain people the authority to start becoming authors on the site, for instance, we definitely don't want their accounts to be hackable.
Right. So their content will appear on the LLTV.
Exactly. So learn to make your password strong enough. It doesn't have to be a multitude of letters and numbers and characters that you'll never remember. Just make it strong enough. Some capital letters, some normal letters, some numbers, a couple of characters, but something that you'll remember. The second password field is just to confirm that password that you've just entered. It often happens that somebody types a password and then they think they've typed it correctly, but they made a spelling error somewhere, and when they try and log in later, it's a hassle to remember, and they then have to go to the forgot password function and reset their passwords and whatever. And the confirm password is basically to see if you typed it correctly the first time round. So that's why that second password field is there. The first name, obviously, in my case, it would be Rudy. In your case, it would be Scott, or Jan for Jan van Riebeek.
Now,
and so on. And
Peter's just asked in side chat, what if I forget the password? Do you want to repeat that?
Yeah, the password can be reset. I'm now on the register now page, but on the login form where you log in, I'm just going to open a different browser where I'm not logged into the site quickly. And I can show the actual login form. Here's the login form, and at the corner right on the right bottom, you see the link that says forgot password. So
Right.
if ever you forget your password, or you enter it and it doesn't want to allow you in, and you are sure of your username, then use that forget password link, which basically asks you what is your username or your email address in the username field. And then it'll send you an email with a link where you can reset your password to something that you will remember. So that is the way to recover a lost password or a forgotten password. So yeah, that is as far as that is concerned. If people still have difficulties registering on the site, I suggest they send me an email. My email address is very simple. It's admin@lovinglifetv.com. And if you really can't register, I'll first try and assist you via an email. And if you still can't register, I will be prepared to do a manual registration for you where I register you and send you an email with your particulars. So never get despondent if you can't register. If you can't, I will. It's as simple as that.
And we've got well over 600 people who've registered so far on LLTV, so it's coming along very nicely.
Yeah, I can. I'm not going to show that to you because when I go to users on the back end, it'll show their email addresses too. So I'm not going to show you, but I can tell you off air quickly how many registrations we've got, but it should be around 630 odd.
Yeah.
At the moment.
And just so people know, their passwords do not appear to the admin staff. All you see is email address and the username.
Yeah, I don't even know your password, so
yeah, your passwords are safe.
Yeah, the passwords, and the only two people on this whole platform that has access to your email addresses are me as web developer and main administrator of the website, and Scott. So if ever we need your email address, there's only two people that can recover that, and that's me and Scott. So once again, from a safety and a security point of view, that's the way we'll keep it. Even the people that we will allow as authors won't be able to see your email addresses. And so on. It will only always be me and Scott.
Yeah. Now, one of our authors, Muzi, is back with us again, and we'll get to you in a second, Muzi. But Muzi will have access to his area on lovinglifetv.com, where in the future he can add things directly onto lltv.com. Okay.
Yeah. While we're talking about that, let's go to Muzi's page. Quickly, under contributing channels, I've created a Muzi Nkosi page that he'll be able to administer, and it basically gives a little bit of detail. Muzi, you'll see those two images that you send me via email. I didn't get a chance to spruce up your page a bit and put your graphics in, but your graphics will appear here as well with it being customized for your use. It does have your suite account and your email address, and then it has all the details of your YouTube channel.
The archive videos.
The archive videos, one can go and subscribe directly to Muzi's YouTube channel from our website by simply clicking on the subscribe link there, and you'll be subscribed to Muzi's channel.
Now, Muzi, is there something you'd like to say to Rudy about being part of the LLTV?
Well, I truly appreciate it being part of this, and the website looks awesome. Like it's just fantastic, nice and simple, clean, and perfect. No complaints. It's just perfect the way it is. So yeah, I'm really happy to be on this platform because I have a feeling YouTube will kick me off eventually. So it's nice to be part of the Loving Life community where I can just add my 2 cents as well to what's going on in the world. So I appreciate this opportunity.
Well, it's
No
great.
problem.
It's great to have you on
Musi,
board, Muzi.
I've got a
Thanks.
question for you, Musi.
Yeah.
And that is, have you browsed a bit on the site? Have you gone to the different pages?
Oh, actually, no. I haven't actually. I was using my phone when I was looking at my page specifically, so I didn't get the time to browse through everything. I'll do so after this session.
Yeah, you know, specifically from a guy like you and also our visitors on the site, I would dearly like to have some feedback on the page load speeds. I haven't applied any caching yet to make page load speeds faster, but I would like to have some feedback in the meantime as to how fast the pages are loading for you guys. It's not optimized yet, but a good indication now would also serve to tell me what I should do to speed up the pages. So if the people can maybe in the side chat just give us a bit of feedback about page load speeds and having browsed the site, that would be highly appreciated.
Okay. Well, I was quickly browsing on my phone as you were explaining. Seems solid on the phone. Seems solid.
And Muzi, I just want to say too that if you have any suggestions that or features you think would make the site better or more comprehensive, please just put those forward to myself or to Rudy.
All right. No problem.
Okay, Rudy, back to you.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just going to step off Musi's page and I'm going to go back to the home page. What I meant about look and feel and making it pop a bit more, one has all sorts of features that one can build in. For instance, the login and the registration forms that are simple buttons at the moment, I can make them pop by building in what we call to action buttons or call to action logos, which is nicely visible and graphic or maybe animated, where the login form is in the form of a button which, say, overlaps this slider at the top with a login form and a registration form button,
Right.
but form of a nice animation and whatever. So please, people, even though it is very simple at this stage, and some of us do like simplicity and a web page that resembles YouTube a lot. In other words, simple white to light gray background, simple boxes, simple navigation. I also feel that I have to make it pop at some stage to make us unique. So at the moment, when you look at these buttons, they are simple, but I'm going to spruce them up. But like I said right at the start, the functionalities now are of much greater importance.
Right. Okay, do you want to take us through the main buttons at the top, Rudy?
Yeah, just before we get there, that notice is also very visible on the homepage, which clearly states that we're still in the under construction phase or in the development phase of this website. So every day or second day, you guys will see some new elements that we add to the website. Like I said, Scott put me in a bit of a spot to say, make it live. And that's not the normal way I do business, but be that as it may, that notice will then stay up until full development and so on. Then towards the bottom of the homepage, the video archive will start appearing. And once again, you know, I can move this video archive to any position that I want, right at the top, below the menu or or wherever. It's a matter of functionality, and at this stage, the login and registration buttons are of much greater importance than the actual video archive, in the sense that we want people to register and log in. So one can move all these elements to exactly where you want them. The video archive, we can move right to the top eventually, so that it looks very, very YouTube-like, and so on. So once again, don't stare into the abyss of the current look and feel. That'll sort itself out over time. All right, so that's basically just the simple homepage at this stage. If we go to the second page, the About Us page, I've put a picture of our favorite Scotty.
By the way,
right
the About Scott Bolson comments were not written by me. They're very flattering, and thank you, Rudy.
Yeah, Scott sent me an About Us content bit, where he never spoke anything about himself. So I took it upon myself to expand a bit on that, to detail a bit of the life of Scott and what he means to us. So that is the first part of the About Us page. And then the bit that Scott sent, appears there under, with our special members that are heroes on the channel already detailed, and who represents what at Loving Life, as well as the basic contact details of both Scott, myself, and Marlena. At the bottom, Scott's email address from now on, people. It's no longer homestays@gmail.com. I'm divorcing Scott from Gmail, but surely. Scott's email address is host@lovinglifetv.com. So by all means, use that email address. Scott is already using it. The same with my email address. The admin address @lovinglifetv.com. And then for the live streams, everybody that wants to contact Marlena for live streams will email to livestreams@lovinglifetv.com, and her email address is already set up as well.
And can I just add there, Rudy, that our channel contributors like Muzi, they will, as part of the, I guess you could call it the package, be able to have their own lovinglifetv.com email. So it might be Muzi, for example, at lovinglifetv.com.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I saw Muzi, if I'm correct, Muzi, you were also still using Gmail or something?
Yeah, I still am.
Okay, so I'm going to divorce you from Gmail too.
No problem.
You're welcome to have, say, a Muzi at lovinglifetv.com email address.
No.
You've got my current email address, so if you're interested, drop me a line there and I'll make sure you get it.
Now, Mark asked, where was that photo taken? It was actually taken in Milford Sound on the South Island of New Zealand. I was on a cruise boat. This is back in 2012, so it's an 8-year-old photo. So I just love the scenery there. Anyone who's been to Milford Sound, it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful part of the world. Sorry, Rudy, back to you.
No problem. Okay, so that's the About Us page. Once again, simple grey background, couple of little waves at the top and at the bottom, and so on. And we'll spruce that up as well, but it makes for very clear reading. And that's part of what we want on our channel, is something that's very easy to navigate and very easy to read. So yeah, bear with us there. Once again, backgrounds and things I can toggle with a couple of clicks, and this background is totally different. The Contact Us page, same type of thing. I've just repeated the email address. or the email addresses for the different people. And I've added an email contact form on the Contact Us page. So if you are too lazy to go to your Gmail account to send Scott an email, or to your Microsoft Outlook and send an email from there, you can send an email to Loving Life straight from the Contact Us page by simply filling in the contact form and your message, and you can attach something in the form of a file or a document as well. Just make sure that you keep your size for your attachment below 5 megabyte. I can increase that, but you know, if we are going to increase it, you know, people will start sending videos and all sorts, and I'd rather not. This contact form is more for inquiries and such, with the simple ability to attach a file, and then if you click the submit button, it gets sent off, and you'll get a response from the website as well in the form of an email to say, thank you for your message, we'll get back to you as soon as possible. So I've built an auto response to your email in as well. So that is the contact form. If we move over to the contributing channels, once again, these buttons for the different contributors, I can easily customize into call to action buttons with very nice and bright animations and graphics. For instance, Moosie's one, I don't know if you guys have seen on his YouTube channel, but he's got a nice graphic of how would you characterize it, Moosie? Animation character. You know, so
let's say a cartoon character, basically.
A cartoon character, that's right. So I can build Moosie's button into the form of that cartoon character, you know, which will then lead to his sub page. So if I had to click on Moosie's button there, it'll take me straight to that page that I showed you guys earlier with his YouTube channel's contents.
And
as you can see, what is slightly different from YouTube is YouTube lists your endless list of videos straight after one another if you scroll down and down and down, whereas this one has it in the form of pages. So Moosie's videos appear in 9 pages. So to go to the next page, one would simply click on next.
Right. Now,
and next and so on.
The other thing here, Rudy, is that in the future, all Moosie's videos will be searchable. So people can search on, let's say, COVID-19 versus Black Lives Matters.
Yeah.
You know, or something like that.
I'm going to build that in, but we must make a distinction here. If I draw directly from YouTube, I'm sort of bound to YouTube search abilities. Whereas if, for instance, we download all of Moosie's videos, the same as Loving Life's videos, and we serve it to Moosie's page by means of our own content, so that, say, for instance, in a month's time or 3 months' time or 6 months' time, YouTube decides to take Moosie off YouTube and you know, delete his channel. If we download the videos and we serve them on our own, his videos will always be there for posterity. So
yeah,
Moosie,
well, that's the way we need to go.
Yeah, so Moosie, that's what we plan on doing. Is we're planning on actually downloading every single video of yours.
Okay. And that'll be an automated process going forward, won't it, Rudy? Once we've got the all the archives in place, if someone puts up a video on YouTube, this program will actually say, hey, there's a new video, put it into that particular contributing author's page.
Yeah. simple as that. I can show you quickly what it looks like, the automated software that I use to download the YouTube channel videos. It's a program called Human YouTube Downloader, which I've purchased, and it has the ability to not only download single YouTube videos, but to download a whole YouTube channel. In your case, Scott, we are downloading the Loving Life channel as well as the Loving Life Live channel, and it's downloaded all your videos, and it keeps tracking for new videos that you present. So when it sees that there are 2 or 3 or 5 more, it will automatically go load them for us.
Right.
So there is no need for me to download a single video manually. The software takes care of it automatically,
Which is fantastic.
Yeah, you know, so with this software, one can download either the video, or one can, by the simple click of a button, just download the audio part of whatever link. So wonderful software, very cheap for anybody who regularly downloads from YouTube. Make a note, Media Human YouTube Downloader. There's a free version and there's a premium version. The premium version is just more powerful, and that's the one I'm using, but the free version is quite sufficient for what you would want to use it. It's a wonderful YouTube downloader. One can also download from Vimeo or Vivo or a number of other
BitChute.
BitChute, Twitch, Spotify, all sorts, Twitter, Instagram. So this is a wonderful little program that you can put in your arsenal on your PC to download content from.
Fantastic.
Right, so that's how the downloads happen. And I saw earlier that Jan van Riebeek was in the live stream. Old Jan, your donation for the 8 terabyte hard drive is being put to great use. Let me show you quickly where everything lies. You'll see there's a little button on my computer that says 8 terabyte. And if one goes into the 8 terabyte hard drive, you'll see that the Loving Life and Loving Life Live channels are downloaded to those subfolders. I've created a subfolder for Scott, and I've already created a subfolder for the authors that are going to use the channel as well, so that their stuff can be put onto the hard drive. And then our contributing channels, for instance, there'll be a folder coming in here with the name Musi Nkosi, where your videos will be downloaded to Musi.
Okay.
And then at the same time, these videos, when the software downloads them, they immediately get pushed back up to our business cloud account, which has unlimited space. So all of your videos get downloaded, stored on my 8 terabyte hard drive, and then immediately pushed back up to cloud. So we basically have 2 fully functioning backups of your downloaded videos. So even if my PC had to crash, your stuff is still safe on the cloud.
And just to confirm that Loving Life 2020 is also archived on that huge terabyte hard drive.
It's all archived there. If I can go to that quickly, let's go to Loving Life. I've integrated the Loving Life channel and the Loving Life 2020 channel into one folder.
Must be huge.
Yeah, it's 6,500 videos, Scott. If you look at the properties of that folder, you'll see it's got 6,360 files on it.
Wow.
Video files. So, you know, say an average of about 300 mega a file, you know, so,
yeah.
So it's rather large. But they're all on the hard drive, and they're categorized according to the date that they were initially uploaded onto YouTube, and then with the title of the actual video. So one can very easily filter, to the oldest videos, which would have the oldest date. So that's how I keep track of when they were actually uploaded to YouTube, because the software allows me to go and grab the actual YouTube upload date.
You know what I would love to see, Rudy? I'm not sure if this is doable, but if the videos could actually be stored like by month. So you'd have December 2020 and all the videos that were published in December 2020 are like in a box. And then November 2020. So you've actually got like a historical archive going back.
So you want to give me work, Scott? No, look, don't worry about what it looks like on my hard drive. As long as it's in sequence on my hard drive,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah.
But with the search functionalities on the site itself, when we get to the bottom section on the homepage, where the video archive will be, there will be search functionalities built in here where you can go and filter as to date or month or year, or even category, like for instance Dan Berryman's
or like a
sermons,
playlist.
or the playlists,
Yeah.
or whatever. So
Fantastic.
that is taken care of on the back end of the website and not on my hard drive
Right.
or in the cloud.
So we're
and-
just
and
talking
that-
about future functionality.
Yeah, that's future functionality. The search and filtering functionalities, I just have to build in.
Right.
Done it many times, so that's not a problem. How it is stored on my hard drive is just a logical way of storing it. And the same with how it's pushed up to the cloud. It's a logical way of storing it on the cloud.
Right.
So don't for a minute think that. Because
Just on that page, you know, it'd be really cool, Rudy. And
Yeah.
this is a bit more work, but I think it would really be cool. If we look at National Peace Commission, that's going to be Dr. Peter Munns, and that's probably going to be more like articles related to that particular area. If we had, for example, a little icon that said articles, or like a little page, and then for Muzi and Borreligion, which are videos, maybe like a little YouTube icon, so people looking at the contributing channels can say, okay, that's a YouTube, that's articles. So you have like a little
Right.
icon that sort of, and
I can very easily customize those icons,
Yeah.
also much larger and whatever to indicate that. Dr. Peter Munns, for instance, he's involved with two organizations, the National Peace Commission as well as SACOB, the South African Christian Chamber of Business.
yeah,
These buttons will move to their, or will direct to their page on the Loving Life TV website, under the main menu, under their different places.
right,
But then again, when you go to that specific page, there will be links to their websites. They, for instance, don't have YouTube channels, so we have to link up to their actual websites.
right,
So whilst Musi's page will link to YouTube, their pages will typically link to their physical active websites and so on. So I can build any linking in that is required. You know, if people want me to link up to a WhatsApp group, or to a Facebook group, or a Facebook page, or a Twitter account, or whatever, those are just links, and I can build them in easy as pie. So
fantastic.
that is very easy.
Now, I must tell you that Dan Berryman is going to be having a special slot in here as well for his Sunday service. What he's going to be doing is he's going to transcribe all his Sunday services, because he's actually still got them, you know, all the writing for each Sunday service. He's going to put them into PDFs and have them available so people can actually just pull down a PDF on the armor of God or whatever it might be. So, you know, you'll be able to pull down each one of his Sunday services on a PDF.
Typically, what I envisage for his page on our website is to have the archive of his videos on our channel appear as an archive, very much like Musi's archive.
Oh, like in its own right.
Just limited to you know, Dan's stuff, number one, and number two, to build a proper functionality in where all those PDFs are located, where people can actually go and download that PDF document as a sermon to read through and so on.
Now, Viking has made a suggestion. He says, ask Rudels to make the writing on the green bars much larger.
I will, Viking, and like I said, you know, these buttons are simple buttons, but they'll be graphic representations of cartoon characters and all sorts of nice features. So once again, don't worry too much about the lettering and the styling, the
This
look
is
and
still
feel,
under development.
as I term it, the look and feel. That will get sorted out. Building in the functionality comes first.
Right.
And then we'll tweak, and we'll continue tweaking as long as we are here and administering the site. We'll tweak.
This is the beauty about what we're doing, really, because as technology changes, we'll be able to add functional technology onto this platform. So it'll be a forever evolving platform for people.
Yeah, Scott, just today I was, you know, in my very limited time today, I must tell the people in the side chat, I had a bit of a scare last night. Our whole town's power went off, and the notifications that came through from our WhatsApp groups and our AfriForum channels and our radio groups was that it was going to take 48 hours for our electricity to be restored. And
Wow.
the first thing that I thought about was, how the hell am I going to do the live stream with Scott tomorrow night?
Michelle
So,
says, I'm going to have to help Rudels pretty it up. Actually, talking about that, guys, now, Rudy, can you go to the top banner of the page, the sunset banner? What I'm looking for is if there's someone in our community who's a real gung-ho graphic designer, if they can think of a graphic to replace that. It was actually a sunrise very close to Spienkop. That's where I took that photo. But if someone can come up with a really swish graphic for that.
Scott, I'm just going to go to one graphic here quickly.
Yeah.
To show you what I mean, that I do indeed build nice websites. This is one that I
that's
built
great.
for people. So once again, you know.
Did
Sorry,
you build
say
that
again.
graphic?
Yeah, I built the whole graphic.
Wow,
and
that's great.
And what and some of the calls to action and what and so on. So
Well,
you
let's
know,
leave that with you for now.
you know, so I can build anything that you want.
Yeah, fantastic.
And you see what I mean about, you know, things moving and shaking and
Yeah.
and being more visible. So once again, don't worry about the look and feel for now. You know, worry about what is going to be the de facto situation at the end of development.
Yeah. Look, what you've achieved so far, everybody is saying this is fantastic. You know, they love it.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah, you know, so functionalities first, and this, you know, the movement and the look and whatever comes right near the end where I really start sprucing things up
Yeah.
make animations and all sorts of nice items and so on.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that is what will happen
Yeah.
eventually. So now you can get a sort of a sense of where I'm heading as far as the look and feel is concerned, and as far as Shorty is concerned. Tell her I'd be happy if she helps me spruce it up, but it means that she'll have to come and visit Gauteng for a while.
Well, Michelle says, I can't wait to start the Instagram. Michelle, you'll have to give Rudy the details so he can put the link in there on the LLTV page.
Right. Just quickly browsing through some of these buttons and what lies behind them. Boere Legioen Media. Scott, I know we haven't had the official consent from their side to put up their YouTube channel yet, but they're so friendly to you that I'm sure they won't mind if we show what's on the YouTube channel.
Yeah, there won't be a problem at all. I mean, I'll be speaking to Isaac, obviously, in the next 24 hours, because we got the great debate happening tomorrow night between him and Neil. And yeah, I've got to speak to both parties so we can actually get that all knuckled down.
Yeah, so I must say I'm looking forward to that debate as well, because
it's going to be a cracker.
It's going to be a cracker, eh?
Yeah.
All right, moving on a bit, the charities portion, the charities that Loving Life has supported and will support. I've put a lot of their details and bank account details on so that people can simply go to the charities page and get whatever charity they need to or want to give something to, and they can get all their direct details straight from the charities page.
And that's very useful information for me as well, because if we're selling a painting or something like that, I just go to this page and cut and paste that information into the live stream, which is great.
Exactly. The resident artist page, you'll see, is still empty. So I was meant to design that today and to present something to you tonight, but my day got a bit away from me today, so this page is still empty, and so too the SACOB and the National Peace Commission page. By sometime tomorrow, those three pages will be populated as well.
Right. Now, resident artists are people like Winston Katsia, our resident musician, who he'll be able to put his events up there, so people who want to go and see Winston, they can say, oh, he's going to be singing at the Amanzimtoti hotel at 8 p.m. or whatever it might be, so people can actually go along and say hi.
Yeah, that I can really make pop, because not only will his details be there and his events and videos and whatever and so on, but one can very easily build in a booking calendar for Winston where one can book him.
Right. Oh, that's fantastic.
For a specific date.
And Hunley and Amelia and all these other singers can do the same.
Exactly, and so too Lynn Ward, our resident artist.
Yes.
I will be putting some of her artwork up there, a nice gallery of her
Fantastic.
artwork and so on. So look out for the changes happening there, the sub-pages that is going to reside under the resident artists there. They're coming up shortly.
And this is where the community channel really takes hold, because this is what it is. It's a community.
Yeah, we start becoming a direct source of their bookings and whatever and so on. And wouldn't that be wonderful to support these people that have supported us in the last while? So, yeah, all right. that is as far as just browsing through the pages is concerned. Today, instead of building pages with the limited time that I had, I was doing research on some of the stuff that we need to add, some of the functionalities, and that's why I mentioned Richard Anderson earlier, and having had contact with him where he said he will probably contribute and whatever. There are certain premium plugins that we'll have to purchase.
Yeah.
For instance, the Embed Plus premium plugin, which basically takes a live stream and where you see that the chat functionality, which I have coded, that plugin just simply makes the insertion of the live chat much easier than what it is at the moment. Just in simple terms, people, if I build this little block in, it doesn't look like that when I build it in. It looks something like this.
Well, I just want to say, Rudy, that Dr. Peter Munns has just written in the side chat, absolutely brilliant, Scott and Rudy, and really honored and humbled by being part of the incredible process to bring about change in South Africa. And we're absolutely delighted to have you as part of the LLTV or LovingLifeTV.com, Peter.
Peter and myself have spoken a couple of times on the phone in the last couple of days, and I'm even more amazed about the man than I used to be before yesterday. So what a wonderful man to have met over the phone, and to also help getting their message of the National Peace Commission and SACOP out there. Tomorrow, Peter, I'm dedicating my time to designing very special pages for you and your community, so that we can push you as hard as we can as well. Anyway, to get back to a bit of the back end, for the people that are a little bit technical minded, I went into the back end source of this live stream that we're working from, and you can, for instance, see that the video is in the form of an embed code that we've put in, whereas the chat functionality, I had to physically go and code that by means of HTML code and iframes and whatever and so on to get it up and running. So those premium plugins that we'll have to buy will just make the time factor of when and how to put up a live stream or to replicate something that's on YouTube onto the website a few clicks instead of 5 or 10 minutes. So for instance, we will have to buy the Embed Plus premium plugin, the External Media Pro plugin, the Wise Chat premium plugin, and then also, putting all those archives which now lie and reside on our cloud, to put them or to connect them to the website. We also do that by means of software that we purchase. The software that we have to purchase there is about $59 US a year. So I'm detailing that as part of that $120 odd in an email to Richard and acquiring those plugins for us as well. So
I just need to shout out Richard, who's in the side chat, and say to Richard, thank you so much for your generosity and support, Richard. That's fantastic.
Yeah, so that is typically what happens, and how things now start appearing on the website. There's the live stream running on the website. Now, for some of the people in the side chat, Alta, Charlotte, the people that have been watching your live streams from cell phones and tablets, this is what it actually looks like on the website from a PC, whereas in your case, from a mobile or a tablet, you can't at the moment participate in the side chat from the website. And that's the other reason why we need these specialized plugins like the Embed Plus premium plugin. And when we move over to streaming live from the website, we're going to use our own live chat functionality by means of a plugin called Wise Chat, which also, by the way, provides something very similar to YouTube with all the moderation and the spanners and those functionalities.
Fantastic.
So the seamless move over to our website when we do our own streaming will have the same chat functionalities. You'll be used to it. There'll be nothing strange. And I know, Scott, you've been talking about moving over in the next year or so. I've got different plans. I want us over and streaming from lovinglifetv.com and negating YouTube in the next couple of months, my friend.
Okay, well, look, we'll play that one by ear. I don't have a problem with that at all. What I'm really excited by is that a lot of people are catching on that we are moving off YouTube, and they are registering, which is great. We just need to get, I would like to see at least 10,000 people registered on lovinglifetv.com, because that's a good number to start with, and then keep on building on that base, and just using YouTube basically is almost like a PR vehicle by keeping on pushing lovinglifetv.com, and people who come across my videos on YouTube say, oh, let me go and have a look at this lovinglifetv.com, and then they register there. This is why I think it's useful to use YouTube during the transition period.
Scott, yeah, you know, as far as that is concerned, you and me will have to work out a marketing strategy that we'll have to put out via video on your YouTube channel to entice people to start registering en masse.
Yeah.
The website. And the only thing that will keep us on YouTube is the slower people move over to the new platform, the longer we'll stay on YouTube. So the faster we can get people to physically move over. If you had to say to me, look, Rudy, I want to start live streaming only from the website on the 31st of January, which is in 9 days' time, I'm quite capable of achieving that for you.
Yeah, I think we'll keep on, as you say, for a couple of months using YouTube, and when our numbers have built up again by using the YouTube platform as like a PR vehicle, then we can just make the break, as you call it, the divorce, and just continue on lovinglifetv.com.
Yeah, definitely. Most definitely, Scott. The other thing that you know, people have noticed is not yet built or sufficient on the website during the live streams, the subscribe and the like and dislike and share buttons are not complete yet. I've put temporary ones on, but once again, when I code the like, dislike, share, and subscribe buttons, it will be functionalities that I'm building for purposes of the website and not for purposes of enhancing YouTube back again. It'll be functionalities that I'll build for the website.
Right. Now, Vikings asked here, did Rudels explain the Zoom function yet?
Viking, if you can maybe just clarify whether, you know, you're talking about Zoom, the application that Scott's been using facilitate after the recent live streams, or are you talking about zooming into specific elements on the website? I'm not exactly sure where you're coming from at the moment. If you can just clarify that for us.
But what I've decided when it comes to Zoom is that if we don't have a really big audience, I think we'll leave Zoom out at the end of the live streams, because you know, it's no good putting up Zoom and then you have like 2 people come in. You really need to have a big group of people come in so that you can effectively have a chat. So we'll use Zoom, I think, on a basis of demand. Charlotte says, Khan Rudy, a slow button mark 30 comments.
Charlotte, theoretically I can, but then you'll fall behind. So keep up, girl, keep up. Just to answer one of the other questions, I see that Eddie K says, Rudy, you should charge advertisers in DPI on the screen. Yeah, you know, advertising works a bit differently. The market trend in advertising is the advertiser pays a rate per 1,000 page impressions. So when we reach stage 2, when we start reaching the commercial stages of Loving Life, to put up a few unobtrusive advertisements on, they'll be paying for it to amplify Scott's pension, but it'll be so unintrusive that it doesn't hinder you guys. It'll be somewhere in the corners where it doesn't take away any of your core functionalities, and so on. The same with the merchandise. When we eventually get to marketing merchandise, it'll be on a totally separate subdomain, or loose from the main website, so it won't be in your face
Right.
at all either.
Now, Muzi, is there something you'd like to add to the discussion?
Well, not really. It seems like today we're just explaining how the website works. But for those who don't know what I'm about basically, and what I talk about, I guess I can quickly explain that.
Please do.
Okay, so for those who don't know, I mostly commentate on a few major ridiculous political decisions that happen either here or internationally, and with a biblical worldview as well. So I also look at Bible prophecy and assess how far we are in the biblical timeline. I'm doing this because, I think other Christians need comfort, and for me, myself, it is comforting to give this information that just shows people, okay, how far are we on the biblical timeline? So, yeah, I'm also just trying to be available for others, maybe who have Bible questions or who might want to fellowship or anything, So
Right.
I'm just, out here giving a worldview biblically on the world events that are taking place today.
Fantastic. Now, Jan van Riebeck has asked, maybe a button to like other people's comments, really?
Yeah, that is also in the offing. I've been thinking about that, and with that Wise Chat plugin that I talked about, when we eventually reach the stage where most of the stuff happens on the website, the comments below, for instance, let me go to one of our one of the videos that Scott put up about 5 or 6 days ago. One talks about the commenting at the bottom, YouTube style, and I'm planning to build like and edit and reply functionalities in there. I don't know whether the live streams themselves Where is our live stream? You know, the side chat that I'm going to be building in. You know, you for instance, you can't go and put a like next to Jan's comment here on the side chat. I don't know. I haven't looked that deeply into Wise Chat to see if one can put like buttons and all sorts of things into the comments. But definitely for the comments on you know, the YouTube like comments at the bottom, there will be added functionality built in there.
Now, really, just go stop where you are right now on that page. We got 5 likes and 1 dislike. I didn't know that RG was trolling our new platform. Is there any way we can just get rid of dislikes? Because it really pisses me off when I see that sort of shit. Just have likes and no dislikes. Because that's just a troll.
I can totally take away the dislike button if you want.
Let's do that. What do you guys think? If you think we should take away the dislike button on LLTV, please type 1 in the side chat. If you think we should leave it on, please type 2. Let's let the community or the family decide.
It'll be interesting what they say, Scott.
Yeah. Well, I just think that, you know, the dislike, you've got someone who's got a beef or he's a troll, and it doesn't matter what you put up. I mean, I have so many live streams that I put up, and before we go live, it's got 2 dislikes. And you think, what? How can you dislike something that hasn't happened yet? You know?
It looks like the ones are winning, Scott.
Yeah, so they're all agreeing that we get rid of dislike.
Okay, so from tomorrow on, I will take the dislike button away for you guys.
So we'll just have the like button. Oh, yeah, Johan says 2.
Anyway, yeah, you know, once again, the like and the dislike and the subscribe functionalities is something still to be developed. This was put up like in the space of probably 15 minutes. You know, that last day when I had to make it live and so on. So,
Mate, look, you're doing an absolutely fantastic job. I am just so thrilled with what you've achieved so far.
Scott, can I ask a question from the viewers? Seeing as we got quite a number of them, if I look at, you know, we got 99 watching at present. The look and feel, the backgrounds, the simpleness in the backgrounds. Do people want simplicity like this, or do they want something a bit more modern, like I showed earlier on that other website that I designed, that I showed with some pop-up, you know, some moving items and some animation and whatever, you know. It depends on our viewers what they want as well.
Okay, well, let's put if you want a simple layout like we've currently got, put 1. If you want a more complicated layout, which would include animations and graphics and stuff, just type 2. Let's see what the community
Rudy, may I give my opinion?
Yeah, Muzi, go ahead.
You know, I saw the other one. For me, I think this one is somewhat better because we don't want to turn this website to look like a business. You know, this one has some homey feel. You know, it feels at home and comfortable, and it's not trying to impress people to stay. It's like, welcome home. This is your home. We know who lives here. We can interact. We understand what we're about. We're not trying to win people over with certain, you know, graphics and whatever and impress them. I mean, it's up to the people, but for me, I like this one personally because it just doesn't look like a product. It looks like a home.
Yeah, well, I think the community are in the majority saying keep it simple. We got a lot more 1s than 2s. We have a few 2s.
Right. I have a bit of a reputation as well, so I need, from a web developer's perspective, I need to make certain things pop a bit. So I won't go mad. I'll keep it simple. The stance from the outset was to almost create. I don't want to use those exact words, but to duplicate a better form of YouTube. And if you go and look at YouTube, they have it very plain and simple, white on background and the videos in the front.
Yeah.
One must never lose sight of the fact that one's principal message would be your videos that you put out there. So they must feature the strongest. So I'm never going to make it, like Musi said, like a business website that needs to impress. But I need to make it functional, and to an extent I need to make it pop. And what I mean by that is the header graphics must be nice, radical graphics, and things like that. We want a simple to navigate site, but that also impresses.
Right.
If I can simplify it that way, that's how I see it.
Actually, old Richard's got a good suggestion. He says, make the dislike button a kick button. If someone clicks the dislike button, they get kicked out.
Yeah. So, any questions from the people? We haven't touched aspects like the donate button and the bidding buttons and whatever. Just be aware that I am thinking along those lines, that I am thinking behind the scenes along the lines of security and backup policy for our website, so that if ever we get hacked, firstly, we must make it difficult for them to get into hack, so security is very important.
Right.
And then a very healthy backup policy, so that even if we had to get hacked and we pull the site down, we can put a restore up within a matter of hours to have it like it was before.
Right.
So those are behind the scenes things that no visitor will see from the front end. But those are functionalities that are even more important than some of the fancies that we are building in. We want this website to be there for always, for posterity.
Yeah, I think the general consensus really is keep it simple, but keep it really nice and functional. I mean, that's the key, is the functionality.
All right, I hear what you guys are saying, and I'll do so for you guys. The other aspect that needs to be built in is the marketing and the emailing system and the notification system.
Right.
So those also behind the scenes functionalities that people like me and Scott and Marlena will be using to get the channel out there. So yeah, anybody else with suggestions, you've got my email address now, admin@lovinglifetv.com. You are most welcome to send me email with suggestions. I will look at each one and answer each one on the merit that it deserves, just like I have been doing in the last number of days regarding registrations and so on. So send us some valuable information. What Scott and myself might not be thinking about, you guys might.
Any good ideas are great.
Your vision is something I can achieve for us.
Fantastic.
That's basically my message.
Now, the other thing is, guys, look, please tell everybody you know about this new website. Especially those who are subscribing to one of the Loving Life channels. Make sure that they subscribe to or register on lovinglifetv.com, because, as Rudy said, this is where we are moving. We're getting off YouTube. I'm just over the crap that these faceless people behind the moderation of YouTube do, not just to the Loving Life channels, but what they do to our subscribers. I've had so many subscribers who said, "Oh, we've been kicked off YouTube. We we basically just been kicked off. We no longer are there." And it's just disgusting what they do.
Scott, another thing that I want to ask the viewers on the side, I'm quickly going to open a website here that has social sharing buttons on it, and within the next day to 3 days, our family members and our visitors will see that those buttons and functionalities are built into our website as well, where from any of the web pages or any of the videos or any of the links, there will be clear buttons that one can go and simply click on, and you'll be able to share the website or that page of the website or that post of the website directly to social media. If you look at this site, for instance, right at the bottom, it has Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, email, and LinkedIn social media sharing buttons. It has a visitor counter built in and all sorts of functionality. So if I as a visitor, like this page and I wanted to go and share it, I could simply go and click on Facebook, and it'll bring up a little block which signs into Facebook, and you can share it among your friends and your groups.
Oh, great idea.
Whatever and so on. So the social sharing buttons will be built in as well.
Fantastic.
So we will be asking our community to help with the marketing effort.
Yeah.
There, for instance, is that page now, and it asks me where I want to share this on my personal Facebook page, or on a friend's timeline, or in a group, or in an event, or on a page that I manage, or whatever. So those social sharing functionalities we will build in for Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, and you can even send a link. If I go and click on email there, it'll open up my email provider, and I can send a link to this page to anybody in my
oh wow, look at that. Yeah, I see.
So, that'd
be really good to have. Now, Rudy, while I've just got these comments up on the side chat, Viking Boer says the white background can be a lighter, nice color like light blue or something. And Marlena says, I agree, a light blue or green, not so harsh on the eyes. Is it possible for people to customize by a click of a button on like a color they like just to be the background?
Scott, I've been toying around the idea to have two modes, a light mode and a dark mode, with a simple button where a person can click and see and say, with that click, I want to see this website in dark mode to be lighter on my eyes. So in other words, the backgrounds will typically be very, very dark, a dark black or a dark gray or a dark blue or whatever, and the lettering will turn to white and so on. So I've been toying a bit with the dark and light mode idea, and you'll see, for instance, in the live stream on the site, I've already put the live chat functionality in dark mode.
Right.
Which definitely is, on my old computer eyes, is definitely friendlier.
Yes.
The dark mode chat functionality is friendlier than the white chat functionality. So expect the chat functionality at least to be in a darker mode. It works really, really well. So yeah, let's see. If I have to develop a light and a dark mode, it's almost like building two websites, because for every element I have to go and choose a light color and a dark color. which works in that scenario. So
How about if we started with just having the white like we are now and having a very pale blue, so you don't actually have to change the characters?
shall I quickly change one of the pages and we'll look what a light blue typically
Sure.
looks like.
Yeah.
And
Oh, there we are. We if you
can
go
you
down
tell
to
me
Video
now
Archive, let's go down to Video Archive. That's got like the blue. Yeah, go. This one here.
Notice, for instance, has a gradient color at the background,
Yeah.
and the archive has a very pale blue.
That's probably is that the sort of color that a few people are saying would be good to have as a clickable option, because that way you wouldn't have to change any of the text colors, would you?
Yeah, I still somehow think that, Wolfie, I think, was one of the people that mentioned that the dark theme and the light theme, and I'm still leaning towards two distinct themes. Eventually, Scott, especially for your eyes, I think a dark theme.
Yeah, I'd like a dark theme.
Yeah, I think it'll suit your eyes tremendously, and so on. So let me worry about that. And
yeah, look, it's not urgent. It's just something we can look at down the track.
Yeah.
Okay, fabulous. All right. Is there anything else you'd like to show us, Rudy?
Well, not immediately on the website. Still a lot of work to be done.
Yeah.
To me, it still feels like this page, which is a blank canvas. There's still such a lot of ideas that I have and that I'll be building in. So all that I can say from my side is bear with me while I develop, because Scott put me under pressure.
and remember that this is a work in progress, guys. It's a work in progress. But look, really, you've done an amazing job. Absolutely fantastic. It looks great right now, but wow, when you finish, this is going to be awesome. What do you think, Muzi?
I agree. I thought it was complete, actually. I had no idea this was just the beginning. So yeah, I really wonder what the end result is going to look like.
It's going to be fabulous.
Yeah.
Rudy, back to you.
Yeah, Scott, is my screen still shared or not? Because I've taken...
No, I can see you now. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I've taken the screen sharing off and so on. So yeah, there's not much more that I want to say at this stage. Apart from that, I believe development of any website for any client is a collaborative effort. So I need your input constantly, and I want our community's input so that I can build the channel that we want as a collaboration. That's what I'm aiming for.
Well, I can tell you now, the Loving Life family are basically unanimously saying fantastic work, Rudy. Well done.
Well, watch it in a few months, people. I will start taking bribes and
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm just joking. As long as I can serve the South African purpose, Scott, serve this community's purpose, to put the truth out there.
Yeah.
That's what I'm about.
You know what we left out with out of our resident community people? And that is our resident IT expert. I think you'll need to put in there Rudy Gelnays. I'll leave that to you.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe a bit of my electronic forensic investigations, or maybe the web development part of it, or whatever. Yeah, this is not a marketing tool for me. This is a community tool.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, fantastic. Now, if there are no more questions for Rudy, I'll just keep the live stream going for a couple of minutes. Charlotte says, Rudy, be prepared to answer questions. My technology is not good.
Yeah. I think, some of the people that were really worried, Marlena was one of them. And I think people like Alta and Charlotte and whatever, they mentioned initially as well that they worried, were they going to be able to navigate? And I think already if someone like Marlena had to have a say, she'll be able to say, it's not that different from what I'm used to at YouTube. So once again, it has to be easy to be all inclusive.
I think the most exciting part of this whole development or this whole platform is our contributing authors. I think that's going to become a huge area of interest to people because they will be very carefully selected and they'll be following the same basic parameters that Loving Life is all about. So, it'll just give so much breadth to the whole channel or platform. It'll be fantastic.
I see in the comments, I mentioned before the live stream started that I've got my nice shirt on, but that I've still got my shorts on. And I see, and I see the people have been commenting that I must stand up and show my legs. So,
well, you got to listen to the family.
Let's see if we can we can show a bit of leg.
What a great looking leg. There we go. All right, guys, that's about the closest you're going to get to anything naughty on Loving Life.
Music just snickering away there.
It is. Well, I tell you what, I'm not going to put my leg out.
Me neither. Me neither.
All right, guys. Look, I'm going to shut down this live stream in a minute because it's been going for about 90 minutes, and we'll probably keep this live stream as a prominent one, so the people who come to the Loving Life TV channel will see exactly what they can do on it. But just while I'm talking about prominent, we got a couple of videos going on tomorrow, haven't we, Rudy? About the vaccine. Two very, very interesting videos. And if someone suggests you take the vaccine in the meantime, wait until you see these videos on lovinglifetv.com. As I say, they should be up in the next 24 hours.
I'm about, I think, 7 or 8 videos behind. The no vaccine video and the other long one that you sent me.
Boris video, yeah.
Definitely those 2 behind, but also some of your recent videos on YouTube. Unfortunately, I have 2 eyes and 2 ears and
only 2 hands.
So until the automation functions are finished, expect me to go behind a day or 2 until that most important auto-posting functionality that I'll be building in. In other words, when a video appears on either YouTube or a video that we put on the cloud, there has to be what I call an auto-posting function, where that video automatically gets grabbed from the system, from the cloud, and an automated version of it is put on the website to reduce the time spent on administering the website. So once again, those are the technicalities behind the scene to make auto-posting happen and so on. So and to keep the archives up to date to almost within the hour of what has happened to on YouTube, because it still is a process. The videos on YouTube, every 30 minutes the software trolls and tracks to see if there are new items, it downloads it. It sends it up to the cloud. The cloud houses it, and there's that auto-posting function that posts back to the website. So there will be, say, an hour and a half delay until the auto-post takes place. But the more automation, the less work for you and me on the admin side behind the website.
But in the future, I'll be able to post directly onto the LLTV platform without you having to do anything, because it'll just be rather like me posting onto YouTube. So, you know, that's going to take that pressure off you as well.
All that would entail, seeing as you're already an administrator on the website, theoretically you could do that already. But what it will entail is for me to make a proper training video for you to understand the back end properly, and how to do it. And to the same extent, you know, for Dan Berryman, who's going to upload his PDFs, and the authors that we're going to be using, I will have to train them sufficiently so that the end product that comes out is of a sufficient standard and quality, and looks the same all over. You know, there'll have to be standardization along certain lines. So there will have to be a training element.
Right. Now, Peter, I just want to have a quick word with Peter Munns. Peter, I've sent an email to Dr. Peter Hammond, inviting him also to put his email that he sends me every day. It begins with a F. I've forgotten what it's called right now. Had a brain block. But he sends these fantastic articles out about issues related to global affairs and you know, Christianity, and they're really good articles he sends out every day. And if you could just have a word with Peter and say, look, we'd love him to be one of the authors as well, so that we can actually put up those, or he can put up those articles onto the LLTV platform. That'd be great if you could have a word with him about that.
Yeah, and maybe Harry Booyens as well. You know.
Yes.
Those three gentlemen, Scott, Harry and the two Peters are knowledge personified. And I'd like to involve them.
Yeah. Look, definitely, I will. I think I've actually spoken to Harry, but I might not have. I'll just make sure I do. I'll just put his name down now. Okay, there we go. Yeah, because he's a very knowledgeable guy when it comes to history. Michelle Mullet says, Marlena, they're going to ask you to show your legs. You gotta love this family, haven't you? All right, guys, I'm going to wrap up the live stream tonight. Don't forget, 23rd of December, we've got Isaac and we've got Neil de Beer joining us, and we're going to have a very interesting debate. It'll be our last live stream for 2020, but from early January, we'll be getting back into it again on a nightly basis, or as regularly as we can. It might be a bit slow in the first few days of January because people are still on holiday, but yeah, we'll be back to almost nightly live streams, I'd say, by the middle of January, the latest. Alrighty. Is there anything you'd like to say, Muzi, to everybody watching, the Loving Life family?
Not much, aside from everyone enjoy their December, and hopefully we all make it back next year to start afresh.
Great.
That's all.
Thanks, Muzi. Rudy, is something you'd like to say to the family before we shut down?
The only thing that I'll say to them is at least they can see that I've got a sense of humor.
You certainly do. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap up this live stream now. Thank you, family, for joining us tonight, and please share the new LLTV platform with all your family and friends, and yeah, on Facebook or wherever. Let people know about this, because we need to get off YouTube. That's the bottom line. All righty. Thanks to the moderators for the great work you guys do in the side chat, and we'll see you all soon. That'll be the 23rd. Take care, guys. And
Cheers.
finally, thank you so much for my guest tonight, Muzi. Lovely to have you here, and Rudy, fantastic work, mate. Just keep it up. Absolutely fantastic.